Subscribe today, turn on notifications, and never miss the stories that matter most. Jamaica News Now, your Highlands, your news, right now. It was another eventful week in Jamaica, with major developments in Parliament, crime fighting, public accountability, healthcare, and international affairs dominating the national conversation. From heated debates over who should oversee politicians, financial disclosures, to significant police operations against organized crime, here are the week's biggest stories. Government floats major change to MPs' integrity oversight. One of the week's biggest political developments came from Parliament, where Government Minister Matthew Samuda proposed that the Financial Investigation Division, FID, should assume responsibility for examining the statutory declarations of members of Parliament instead of the Integrity Commission. Samuda raised the recommendation during a meeting of the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee, arguing that FID's expertise in financial investigations could strengthen the verification process. The proposal immediately generated debate, with observers questioning whether such a move would enhance transparency or weaken the independence of Jamaica's anti-corruption framework. Opposition members are expected to argue that transferring the responsibility away from the Integrity Commission could undermine the body's constitutional role and public confidence. If pursued, the recommendation would require significant legislative and policy changes.
Points raised today, but certainly one of the issues that should be forwarded to the attention of the Joint Select Committee for Legislative Change should be, to my mind, that this group of individuals should have their evaluation or their review done by an external body, whether the FID or Auditor General, if the Auditor General doesn't remain on the commission, as that has been a source of much discussion. But certainly you can't review yourself. The other request I have would be for any research done or available, or if it hasn't been done, that it be done on what the appropriate arrangements are for oversight committees of similar commissions within similar jurisprudence. Meaning, you are providing oversight to someone who is providing oversight to you, of you. It's an odd arrangement, certainly feels that way to me, and that has given rise, I think, to members on both sides not wanting to serve on this particular committee. That has given rise to comments made in the past of fear of victimization, whether real or imagined. And I think any research that exists on, or any context that exists, or any best practices in other jurisdictions would be useful for this committee to contemplate. Similarly, should we be declaring to the FID, which has the capacity to examine, as they do, fit and proper for persons in the financial industry or for attorneys. It's a thought, and I think it is worthy of examination here for a recommendation to go whether to continue as is, to strengthen, to totally change. Us being on the oversight committee, we all know how we feel about the particular issue and how you feel about the oversight that you're being asked to provide. I think those matters need to, during our tenure, be examined. And
Parliament continues debate on mining expansion. Mining remained one of the dominant issues inside Gordon House this week, as members of Parliament continue debating Jamaica's mining sector and future investment strategy. Government members defended plans to expand the industry, highlighting renewed investments, including the reopening of the Alpart Alumina refinery and associated economic opportunities in southern Jamaica. Opposition MPs, while acknowledging mining's economic importance, raised concerns regarding environmental protection, community consultation, rehabilitation of mine lands, long-term economic benefits of residents, transparency surrounding investment agreements. The debate underscored the challenge of balancing economic growth with environmental sustainability and community interests.
By its operation, It is for this reason that the reopening of Alpat is a central priority for this government and formed a major part of my trip to China recently. Madam Speaker, as members of this Honorable House will recall, Jikwon Iron and Steel Company, more commonly known as JISCO, acquired Alpat in 2017 and restarted operations after several years of closure. During that period, JISCO invested approximately US $360 million into the operation and created employment for approximately 1,000 Jamaicans, including direct employees and contractors, bringing renewed economic activity to the communities across that region. However, in
Madam Speaker, we have been hearing these timelines for a number of years now. In the Minister's own presentation, statement to the House, it is over 5 years now that the plant has been closed. And we have heard missed announcement dates over and over again. And I just want to know what will make it different this time. Because if it is just a satisfaction that JISCO has sent 2 large earth movers here, bulldozers as the minister described them, as easy as they send them, they can send them back out and they can be parked.
Police intensify crackdown on violent crime. Law enforcement recorded several significant successes this week as police intensified operations targeting organized criminal gangs. Among this week's major developments, 2 alleged members of the LOL gang were fatally shot during a police confrontation following a violent robbery spree across Kingston and St. Andrew. Investigators continued searching for suspects connected to the shooting of a female gas station attendant whose attack was captured on CCTV and sparked widespread public outrage. Police urged 3 wanted men to surrender immediately in connection with the robbers and shooting. 2 of the suspects were subsequently shot and killed in a police operation later that day. The operations form part of the Jamaica Constabulary Force's continuing effort to dismantle violent criminal networks responsible for armed robberies and shootings. Popular content creator Jaii Frais returns to court. Social media personality Jaii Frais Richards and music producer Jahvy Morrison appeared before the gun court as proceedings continued in connection with the April shooting incident at the Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center following the post-carnival Big Wall event. The matter was postponed until October 28, allowing investigations and legal preparations to continue. The case continues to attract widespread public interest because of the popularity of those involved. Jamaican pastor deported to Eswatini by the United States. International attention focused on Jamaica after 64-year-old pastor Junior Alves became one of 11 deportees transferred by the United States to Eswatini on the Washington Third Country Deportation Program. Alves became the second Jamaican recently deported under the arrangement, prompting renewed discussion over U.S. immigration policy and the treatment of foreign nationals removed to countries other than their homeland. Human rights advocates continue monitoring the implementation of the program and its legal implications. Thousands take advantage of traffic ticket settlement program. Thousands of motorists participated in the government's latest traffic ticket settlement days, clearing long outstanding fines and reducing backlogs within the court system. Officials reported strong public participation as motorists sought to regularize their driving records before enforcement measures intensified. The program forms part of a broader effort to improve compliance with Jamaica's Road Traffic Act. Healthcare receives boosts through Cuban nurses program. The Minister of Health confirmed that more than 50 Cuban nurses are expected to return to Jamaica under a new staffing arrangement designed to ease shortages across public hospitals. Health officials believe the additional nurses will strengthen frontline services while Jamaica continues recruiting and training local healthcare workers. The announcement follows months of concern regarding staffing pressures within the public health system.
nurses have decided to return to Jamaica to take up jobs in the public health system.
Another set which had gone back has applied for permits and have been granted, so we expect some easing there too.
How much you talking about?
I'm not sure how many, but I believe it's over 50.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says Jamaica has established an international recruiting unit targeting healthcare workers from overseas.
I was in Ghana and my team went back after and they have interviewed and they have some recommendations for a number of Ghanaian nurses to come. They're now talking to the medical council to deal with the approvals. We had interviewed some diaspora persons and that is now going to the final process.
Minister Tufton says Jamaica has also signed MOUs with Nigeria and India. He says in about a month, a technical delegation will be arriving in Jamaica from the Philippines.
Because as I said in my sectoral, I do envision that our health system will be more multicultural in the years to come to fill the gaps. That is not to say we're not providing opportunities for locals to train. The Byron Scholarship provides that opportunity, and a number of persons have been trained on that, and some will come into the system now.
Questions continue over third country nationals. Public discussions surrounding Jamaica's position on third country nationals continued this week following recent statements from Ambassador Audrey Marks and previous government assurances. Government officials have repeatedly maintained that Jamaica has not approved facilities to house third country deportees, despite persistent speculation and misinformation circulating online. The issue remains politically sensitive and continues generating significant public interest.
Domain. It says the transfer of TCNs, third country nationals, will be suspended if more than 10 persons apply to remain in Jamaica. The MOU speaks to the USA providing biological, medical, and criminal documentation to the extent available, and also that Jamaica will evaluate each TCN prior to a decision to transfer that individual through Jamaica.
Public concern over crime remains high. Crime continued dominating national attention throughout the week. Several high-profile police operations, investigations into shootings, and reports of organized criminal activity reinforced public concern about violent crime. While police leadership maintained that targeted intelligence-led operations are disrupting gang networks across the island, security analysts say sustained enforcement, community cooperation, and improved intelligence sharing remain critical to reducing violent crime. Jamaica prepares for another active weather period. As the Atlantic hurricane season progresses, emergency management agencies continued urging residents to remain prepared despite relatively stable weather conditions this week. Authorities encourage Jamaicans to review emergency plans, secure essential supplies, monitor official weather advisories, and stay informed through verified government channels. Preparedness remains a key national priority following recent severe weather events.